I just got done watching The Shining, and bloody hell, it's a terrifying film. For something that was released in the 1980s, it's a hell of a lot scarier than most horror movies I've seen in the past decade. Everything from the atmosphere, the performances, and the uses of sound and music. Stanley Kubrick definitely did his thing. The movie mainly follows a family of three. These three include Jack, Wendy, and their son, Danny. Jack gets offered a job as a winter caretaker at the Overlook Hotel and gets to live there with his family. However, before he's offered the job, his manager makes sure to tell him, worryingly so, multiple times in fact, that a previous caretaker, Charles Grady, went mad with cabin fever and killed his wife and two daughters and himself. So basically, our good old buddy old pal Charles here pulled a Chris Benoit. For those of you that don't know what cabin fever is, it's basically irritability resulting from long confinement or isolation indoors during the winter. Back to Jack. You would think that if someone warns you the way his manager did about this position, that you would maybe take them a bit more seriously. But Jack goes on to say that he could use the extra time to work on his writing and have some alone time.
Go check it out!
Whatever you say, pal. Slowly, over the course of the film, there are a bunch of scenes and events that remind us of the manager's warnings and provide us with a sense of dread and uneasiness. That's actually the number one thing I love most about this movie. Very rarely was there ever a moment or two in which I felt relaxed. Maybe besides the family's drive to the hotel itself. Because after that warning, it's like I had this fear that I couldn't shake off no matter how hard I tried. The music was super tense most of the time, so good luck relaxing to that, and the way in which the camera was panned behind the characters was genius. For example, they do this quite a lot with Danny. One of these scenes includes the iconic bit in which Danny is riding around the Overlook Hotel on his tricycle. The camera follows him for a long time and it feels super tense. Like you know something is wrong but you can't quite put your finger on it. This scene eventually ends with Danny being confronted by these two odd girls at the end of this long hallway. It then starts to hit you that these are the murdered girls of Charles, and that eerie feeling seems to go up the more you see them through the entirety of this film. Also, I know that Tony is supposed to help Danny with all these supernatural things. Damn it, did his Tony voice get super annoying, especially at the end with all the twists coming to light. At a certain point, I was wishing and begging for Wendy to punt kick the child, especially after he woke her up with that demonic ass voice and everything. I must also say, getting to see Jack's descent into madness was truly a sight to see. This includes from his slight rudeness, such as telling Wendy to stay away from him while working, to his full-blown meltdown at the end. This makes the iconic "Here's Johnny" line hit so much harder in context. I must say that one of the most terrifying scenes for me personally was Wendy coming back to Jack's desk to see what he's written this entire time. This reminds me of the ending of American Psycho, except in this case, it's the phrase "all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy," which makes this moment truly terrifying. Jack, who naively thought he was going to be fine in the beginning, went through all this isolating and traumatizing events like talking to Charles Grady despite him being dead, and that is reflected in the madness of the singular phrase repeated over and over and over again. This movie had me invested. I kind of took a gamble on this one since I never really watched it before and only knew of it through the meme beforehand, but hot damn is it worth a watch. Take it from me, and I hate horror films. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for what else I put out next, and this is Black Sugar Lovin'.